Rob, a big few days to come for Wales. There was a sense that you were just itching to get on camp last week. Now that you've had a few days with the players, how are you feeling?
Yeah, a bit more relaxed. It's a long couple of months from June's camp to September, so especially off the back of disappointing results. So yeah, the Sunday was getting everybody on camp, and then we had a meeting and addressed a few things that needed to be said in a group together, and boxed it off, and we've had a positive couple of days, and it's been a great reaction so far.
One thing you mentioned last week is that you wouldn't be influenced by negativity, and I've got to say, it seems like the players haven't either. We spoke with Ethan especially yesterday, and there's a really strong sense of determination to turn things around.
Yeah, of course. It was never always going to go smooth. There was always going to be bumps in the road. Anybody who's been in football long enough will understand that. And it's no different for us. We've got a plan. We've got a long-term plan. You know, before the World Cup, I signed a 4-year contract with a plan in place. We knew that coming into March. We've had a great camp in March, which probably raised the bar even higher for us. So highlighted the disappointment in June even more so, I'd say, because of the positive results in March. Yeah, we understand we let ourselves down in June, but we have an opportunity now to go and put it right. So the vibe I've got from the players so far, they're happy to be back on camp. Again, the environment downstairs, listening to them all together, they just love being back together. So we're in for a tough game tomorrow night, first and foremost, but there'll be a team selected. There'll be changes already planned for half-time, for the hour mark, for 80 minutes, because of the game on Monday, which is the all-important one for us.
There's that sense of determination, but I guess also a sense of reality. We just spoke with Connor, and he kind of mentioned that having that expectation of seeing Wales qualify for a major tournament every time is probably something you could do without, considering you're navigating such a large transition at the moment. Yeah,
I think it's a good point, but we're all greedy, aren't we? Myself included. You know, I'm a Welsh supporter, and I want to see Wales on the big stage. So I do, but I also have to take a step back and strip the emotions out of it and go, yeah, you know, it's a big ask. It's a big ask for us as a nation to continue to do that. You know, we've done it ever so well for the last so many years, since 2016, to qualify for major tournaments, and we want to continue to do so. We need to give ourselves the best chance to do it. We also have to be realistic and think of the players that we've lost. Some big names, some big characters, not just on the pitch but off the pitch. And then we're trying to replace them with some of the young ones and introduce some of the young ones. You've seen what we've done with people like, you know, Ruben and Luke Harris, and that we've brought them up, but not quite ready yet. So we've put them back down with the 21. So it's about reintroducing them when we feel the time is right. Some of the other young ones like JJ, you know, they'll be given that opportunity. So it's about now that transition of blending the young ones in, so that if it's not now, we're still playing to qualify for a major tournament, don't get me wrong. But if it's not for now, it puts us in a better position for the future.
I sat down with Jürgen Klinsmann a few days ago, and he actually said that he has some sympathy for you, because he knows exactly how tricky these transitions can be. His words for, they're painful but exciting. Is that, I guess, the mentality that you wish more people had looking at Wales at the moment? Yeah,
but like I said, I get the frustration. I don't get bogged down with that, Sioned. I don't. I don't read social media, you know, because if you did, I'm human. Yeah, I'd be affected by it. I would, absolutely. And I don't want that. I want to do what's best for Wales, and by doing that, you've got to strip the emotions out of it. I completely understand what Jürgen's saying, and it's bittersweet, because, you know, you want the people like Gareth Bale to still be in the team that score important goals for you, big players in the changing room. But you also then got to introduce these younger ones, and it's exciting, because seeing what some of these younger ones are capable of doing in the Premiership, in the Championship, is quite exciting to know that within the next few months we're going to be reaping the rewards of that, of their experiences. There's a few young ones that we need to play more minutes in the Championship and Premiership, but inevitably in the future we'll have some good players coming through.
Just quickly before we discuss tomorrow night, Eric Ramsey has left his position amongst the staff. You know, such a promising and exciting young coach. Just how much of a loss will he be, Rob?
Yeah, Eric done really well when he was in. Everybody took to him, but I get it. Family commitments means that something's got to give, and it was us. His commitments at Man United have become more demanding for him. Then he's got a young family, so I get it. You know, we're having to organise meetings at 5-6 o'clock in the evening to accommodate him. And I can only imagine what that does to your family life as well, where you've got a long day in work, and then you come in to see us until 9 o'clock at night, and you've got to get that balance right, you know. And I completely understand his decision for it. it's given me an opportunity to bring somebody I've worked with before. He's a top coach, specifically with the strikers. At Sheffield United in Jack Lester, who I've worked with before, at Nottingham Forest and with Wales under 21. So he knows half the squad, so it was a no-brainer. I called him at late notice and he was more than happy to be a part of it.
South Korea, friendly tomorrow night. Friendlies are pretty rare nowadays, Rob.
Yeah.
You've just touched on what the plan is, but what would you like to get out of the game tomorrow night?
So looking back to June's camps, I don't think we were as disciplined in our defensive shape as what we were in Croatia against Latvia at home. Latvia, the so-called lesser team in the group, we showed them a lot of respect, and that's why we got the clean sheet and that's why we got the result we got. We didn't show Armenia that. So one thing we're going to need to do tomorrow night against Korea is show a good defensive disciplined shape, because they've got a wonderful pool of players and that can hurt teams. So it's positive in that respect, because now I want to see a reaction to that, how hard we work without the ball, being structured, being organised, knowing that when we win the ball we've got players like Brennan, like Harry Wilson playing top football that can hurt teams. So so that's going to be the plan tomorrow, and then moving on to Monday, getting both sides of it right. So showing again respect to Latvia, that have always been in games of football. They've never lost by more than one goal. They're always in it right up to the end. We're the only team to have kept the clean sheet against them, so we know how tough it's going to be. But if we get both sides of it right, we know that we'll score goals ourselves.
Because I guess you really need, obviously you need the 3 points out in Latvia, but in general, you need a really good performance, don't you? Ampadu said yesterday, this campaign so far, it hasn't been us. We need to kind of see that Welsh identity come back, don't we?
Yeah, I think in Croatia it was. I think Croatia away was us. I think that was, our togetherness. We had to suffer a lot without the ball against a very, very good team. And I thought, with the game plan and the changes that we made on the hour mark, even out there when we were 1-0 down, give us that platform to go on and get a positive result. So I thought that performance was quite close to what our identity is. And even Latvia at home, that was the highest percentage of possession. It's not easy to say that, Shannon. The highest percentage of possession we've had in the last 5 years. So I saw signs of us getting better and better and growing and growing. So June come as as much of a surprise to me as anybody. So that was why I think I took it so hard after the game, after the camp, sorry, and that's why it's been such a long couple of months. But I have seen glimpses of it. June, no, we draw a line under that, we write it off, and we now get back to what our identity is.
Finally, Rob, a lot has been made of the ticket sales, or the lack of ticket sales for tomorrow night. Of course, it's a friendly, it's a Thursday night. Is it something we don't need to overthink too much?
No, not at all. It's a big commitment, Shauna, to come down for any game, let alone a friendly on a Thursday evening. So, you've got travelling supporters from North Wales. We went up to Bala last week to announce the squad, and we went out to show support to a local community, and we had a question and answer session, and the support we had up there was incredible. It was one of the best nights I've had with regards to meeting supporters. So we know the support is there. It's a big commitment. It's a friendly. There's a lot of supporters travelling out to Latvia. So no, we're not worried at all. I really appreciate their support, their continued support. It's frustrating, and I get it. But we've got to manage expectations, and we will get back on track. And it won't be through the want of trying.
Because of course the relationship between this Wales side and the fans, it's been so special over the years, hasn't it?
And it'll continue to be special, absolutely, because those supporters will see that it's not through lack of effort that we'll every game we go into we'll give our best, and we want to do what's best for Wales, and that's continue to win games of football to qualify for tournaments.
Rob, diolch yn fawr.
Diolch yn fawr.